Hi guys, and welcome to another video of Original Reship. Today we're gonna talk about a certain tweet. We're gonna discuss some shit. It's usually not the type of content that I make, but I'm trying to shift to a different content where it's more like it's kind of like inspired by Voice Critical, where I watched certain things, get my opinion on it, and you can agree to agree or agree to disagree, either of that. And let's start off with the tweet. I'm gonna show you the tweet and let's talk about it a little bit. Now, let's first read this tweet carefully and just like understand what's happening right now. Dated a man at 25/24 and I was 18 and 19. Now I'm only 20 now, but I am entirely different person when I was 18 and 19. And hell, a lot of more immature. I have no idea what I was thinking. Furthermore, I have no idea what he was thinking. Okay. First let's talk about the first one, and then go to the marriage thingy one. Uh, dating. Like dating when you're like 18 to a 24 might be like a huge, considered like a huge generation difference when you're at a younger age. But if you go past like 5 6 years in the future, it might become a normal age gap, because 5 years is like for my generation, like for my older generation like me, it's like if my brothers who are like in their 30s, they had wives that were 5 years 4 years younger than them, so that's a reasonable age gap. But I can understand at the age point when you're 18 and 19, might go for a older guy that's 23 24 maybe. And that depending on girls, that's a girl preference, and usually it's usually that the girls are dating higher guys, not like the guys are dating older girls. But anyhow, uh dating when you're at, like when you reach an adulthood 18, even if you can call yourself dumb, immature, on legal terms, on legal paper, you're technically an adult. So the decisions you make, that the parties involved, like the guy who's 24 and the girl who's 18, are consensually agreeing to get in a relationship. So I don't think it will be anyone's business to comment or say anything about it, in my opinion. But I mean, different people can have different opinion about it, to be honest, and I don't have the right to say who can date whom. After they're adult, they have their own rights, and they may choose and choose not to date anyone. And the person who made this statement also has the right to make their opinion about that. But if the person, or if it's targeted towards a particular individual, then it might be bad or might be considered bullying. But anyways, this is just a general statement that they made about their life experience, like when they dated someone that was 24. And I think uh it's a fully consensual thing. After you're 18, you're making your own decision. Although I guess we are dumb and we are immature, even if growing in life, like till 22 or 20, 21, we're still learning stuff. We're just like, we enroll in college, we learn college life, we are still students. And I guess after the bracket of 21, we become a little more reasonable and stuff, but still we go through the phase of life of learning. That's why age 30 is called midlife crisis, or like the time we have to figure out our lives, when it's gonna head, where they're gonna set up and like settle down and have a family, or go solo, or whatever we want to do. It's the point where we will decide what's gonna we're gonna do or move our life forward to. And that's that. So let's get to the main tweet. That, like, the one that I showed you was actually a reply to the main tweet. So let me show the main tweet. Call me whatever, but 25-year-old marrying a 19-year-old is disgusting as fuck. You've gone through university, had a job, pretty mature, and then you marry a 19-year-old who's just finished 12th grade. That's a pretty as fuck. Yeah, okay, some context I can get it. Like, usually people date 2 3 years before getting married. Some, like, there are cases where people get married after 1 year, maybe 6 months. That depends on the relationship, the strength, their things, and people can have multiple opinions on it. And even if in different like cultures, like in Japan and stuff, Japan and other countries where the legal age for consent and legal age for marriage is pretty low, or I can understand that kind of scenario going on. And people from the West can feel different about it. People from the other countries who have different cultures, different um, processing, like the way of thinking is different. They can have different opinion about it. I mean, to be honest, I can like my opinion on marriage is that you should marry after like when you get settled, like when you both have like figured out your life, what you're gonna do. Like if you're gonna do if you're gonna do housework, you good to do housework. If you're gonna get a job and like focus on your career for a while, focus on career for a while, but at least wait till you're 20, because I feel like 17 to 25 still is an way like is called like early adulthood, what in psychology. So it's like you're still trying to figure out your life, where you're gonna go through, and I don't think marriage is the right choice when you're actually in your 20s, like early 20s, like 20 to 25. Because like I had my relationship ruined because I didn't want to get married at an early age of 20 or 21. So I can understand that I have rejected many people in my past regarding that. So I can understand why people might feel weird, and I myself don't feel comfortable like getting set, like building up a family when I'm not yet settled and I'm not figure out my path, a career where I'm gonna go through. But if you got yourself figured out, go for it. I mean, you're an adult. After 18, no one has the right to question you what you want to do. If you want to get laid, get laid. If you're going to get married, get married. I mean, different countries have even age bars, different age bars to get married. Japan has 16, I think. It was early, it was 13. They raised it to 16 for parental consent and 18 for normal legal marriages. I think in the UK it's 17 or 18 depending on the region. I'm not sure about it. In the US it's also 17, 16 and 18 depending on different states also. And overall I think truly depends on you, but and your country's code of conduct. But I would say try to figure out your life, try to get settled, try to build up a career before you get into an entanglement, and think a lot before you get married, because marriage is not an easy thing. Marriage is complicated. It's about being two parts of a puzzle, and if the puzzle is mismatched, it could ruin your entire career, it could ruin your entire life, it could cause you emotional stress, depression, and a lot of things could happen in the future. So my opinion is marriage is not the correct thing, but if you're dating and if you're adult enough, I guess you can go for it. Though the thing that the post that was just below it was no one over 20 should deal with someone whose age starts with 1. I mean, if you're 20 and you're dating 19, I mean, that's not wrong. If you're 20, if you're dating 18, that's not wrong. If you're 21 and dating 19, you're not that wrong. You should write, it should be like, if you're dating someone that's below the age bar of your country, that's inappropriate, and that's both inappropriate in your legal sense and in your moral sense, I guess. So anyhow, thank you for watching the video, and I just wanted to share my opinion. I mean, in the past, people have get married at early ages. There were different rules in my past, so I cannot tell and like give vouch for older generation. But with new rules and regulations and the new evolution and the process of thinking that's going on in the future generations like Gen Z and Gen Alpha, what will hold in the future is completely different. So I guess just wait for when the right time comes, and just try to focus on your career and try to balance it with your romantic life. I'm not telling you to sacrifice your love for your career, but if you have a proper dedication, you can balance out stuff. And I hope your partner or your lover understands that. And thank you for watching this video. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, peace out.